We've all seen the futuristic demos of smart glasses. It's exciting stuff, but what if the glasses themselves are just a distraction? What if Google's real plan is much bigger, much more ambitious? Today, we're going to break down their quiet, massive bet to build the actual operating system for reality itself.
Okay, so let's start with this really wild idea. What if Google's huge push into extended reality has almost nothing to do with selling you a specific piece of hardware? What if the glasses are just the Trojan horse for a way bigger, far more strategic play for what comes next?
So, what is Google's real bet here? In this whole new world of XR, it's not about shipping a cool gadget. No, this is a very calculated move to build the foundation, the operating system for the physical world. They're trying to position themselves for total dominance long after the smartphone era is over.
And this really highlights the huge difference in strategy. You've got rivals like Apple building the single, perfect, walled-off castle, their Vision Pro. Meanwhile, Google is basically handing out blueprints so that everyone else can build their own fortresses. See the difference? They're not building a product, they're trying to build the entire kingdom.
This is what we can call the ecosystem gambit. And honestly, it's a masterclass in platform strategy, mainly because we've seen this exact playbook before. Google is doing the exact thing that let Android completely take over the mobile market, and now they're just applying it to this new world of spatial computing.
So this table, it just breaks down the competing philosophies perfectly. You've got Apple on one end with a totally closed loop, right? Their hardware, their OS, their AI, all them. Meta is basically trying to do the same thing, build this vertically integrated stack. But then you look at Google. They're just focusing on providing the OS and the AI core, and then partnering with a massive range of hardware makers.
And this gets right to the heart of it. Google is not trying to build the one perfect device. Not at all. They're trying to commoditize the hardware. They're letting partners like Samsung, Magic Leap, and Xreal handle the tough stuff so that Google can win on the most valuable layers, the operating system and the intelligence that powers the whole thing.
Now, Google's secret weapon in all this is, well, no surprise here, it's artificial intelligence. But this wide-open approach, as powerful as it is, it comes with a massive, kind of hidden risk that could really undermine their entire vision.
And this is absolutely crucial. AI isn't just some app you're going to run on these glasses. No, Google has embedded its Gemini AI right into the core of the operating system. Think of it like a nervous system. It's designed to see what you see, hear what you hear, and understand your context in real time.
Just imagine a scenario like this. A field technician is looking at a broken engine. The AI on their glasses sees the exact same thing, instantly recognizes the specific problem, pulls up the right repair manual, and then guides them through the fix, step by step. And all of this happens while their hands are completely free to do the work. The AI literally becomes the bridge between what you want to do and the digital world.
But there's always a but, isn't there? There's a trade-off. This open ecosystem, the one that lets anyone build hardware for it, has a pretty significant downside, and it's one that could become a total nightmare for developers and for us, the users.
And that big downside is fragmentation. We've all seen this with Android phones, right? Thousands of different devices, all with wildly different quality, inconsistent performance, security issues. For a developer, it means you have to test your app across dozens, if not hundreds, of hardware setups. Now, in spatial computing, where things like eye tracking and sensor quality are critical, well, this problem gets magnified by like 10 times.
So why in the world would Google take such a huge risk? Well, it's because the immediate multi-billion-dollar opportunity isn't with everyday people like you and me. It's with businesses.
And yeah, the numbers really tell the story here. The AR glass market is projected to just explode to nearly $10 billion by 2030. That kind of growth is exactly why these tech giants are in such an insane race to capture this new frontier.
This chart shows you where that money is going to go first. The short-term cash driver isn't gaming, it isn't social media. It's enterprise. It's applications in fields like manufacturing and logistics, where improving efficiency by just a tiny percentage can translate to millions of dollars in savings.
So this brings us to a really critical point. The popular idea that smart glasses are going to replace our phones, it's probably wrong. It's much more likely we're heading towards a world of multi-device habits, where glasses are these powerful assistants for specific tasks, working alongside our phones, not instead of them.
Okay, so let's pull all of this together. Let's try to understand what Google's ultimate goal truly is with this massive, massive strategic bet.
At the end of the day, Google is not in the business of selling glasses. They're in the business of owning the next fundamental layer of computing. Their bet is that an open OS with deep AI integration and a gigantic developer community will ultimately beat any strategy that's built on a single premium closed piece of hardware.
So if we look ahead, we can kind of see a few possible futures. The most likely one, fragmentation wins. You get dozens of devices at all different prices, and Google owns the volume game, just like they did with phones. A second future is one where that AI context layer becomes so powerful that it's basically mandatory for any knowledge work. But, there's also a third possibility. The tech just doesn't deliver, and the smartphone remains king for a long time to come.
And that leaves us with this final, really provocative question. Google's open ecosystem strategy. It might very well win the largest share of the market in the next decade. But with all the challenges that come with fragmentation, will it actually be capable of delivering the most seamless, the most reliable, and ultimately the best user experience? That is the billion-dollar question that's going to define this next era of computing.